Hello everyone, John here, staff software engineer, 10 plus years of experience. I'm the lead maintainer of the open source Latterly.io. You can go sign up for free and it will help you land your first or next programming role. It's an educational platform, open source, and a professional networking platform. Today, we're gonna work on someone else's project and I'm really excited about this. I got a request from my friend Stephen Pope. We go pretty far back on TikTok. There he is, the second one, the one with 50K plus on YouTube. This is Stephen Pope. And he has an engineering background, smart guy, and he asked me to tinker with and try to implement a feature on the no-code-architects-toolkit. This is the repository here. And give it a star, got a few hundred stars there, doing pretty well. And this is related to Skool, which I think is super cool. Skool is like the one, how does he phrase it? Alex Hormozi is invested in this. I think it's the one project that he's publicly invested in other than his main thing, which is acquisition.com. So there's a connection here with Alex Hormozi. I think that's interesting, but Skool itself is really cool. It's also an education platform. It's just not open source, but I think they're doing a lot of good things anyway. So I'm happy to help out. And in this particular tool set, maybe it can benefit the community, maybe it'll benefit Latterly, like maybe it'll benefit platforms outside of Skool as well. So happy to help out. And what is the feature we're going for? Here it is. We want to be able to take a video and draw on it. You see here, draw color. It may not be obvious from the screenshot, but draw color is outside of the recorded video. It's like a layer on top. You ever use like a Google Meet and you're on a video and you have the ability to like marker on the video as you're going along? Basically that. So we want to be able to draw and save that to a database, as well as comments along the side here. So creating a tool that will allow us to kind of peer review, quality assure, feedback on videos. That's what we're doing. And Stephen was very kind to give some specific like details, like almost queuing it up like a PRD in a work environment. It was great. And so he suggested that I use Fabric.js as well. He's given me a Postman here. We can take a look at this. Let's see. I hope I don't need to create a whole new Postman account. I thought I already had an account. Boo. All right, fine. He gave me a couple other videos and I won't play them all. Some of them have, I think, maybe sensitive information. Like maybe he doesn't care, I just didn't check. And so for that reason, I'm not gonna go ahead and play them. But in those videos, he basically gave me like an API snippet. Okay, so we kind of know the shape of the JSON as well, which is really cool. And then some code here, which I take to be pseudocode, but we're gonna dive in and inspect the code. And maybe it's not pseudocode. Maybe this is an API literal, but I think it's kind of pseudocode. And he also gave me access to this sample video, whatever. I have like a million videos that we could use, but there's kind of like a test video we can use. Oh, okay, here is video URL, comments, and then yeah, there's a couple other properties. Basically a reference to the drawing entity is one of the interesting things that's missing here. But this is kind of the shape of the data. And I think that gives us everything we need to get started. So let's clone this puppy down. First step is just gonna be get the thing working, right? Welcome in everyone, thanks for joining. Consider throwing some likes on the video so the algorithm will send it around. We've just gone through the background and motivation, and now let me kill the Latterly project I was working on before the stream. We will git clone this bad boy. Maybe I should fork it, eh? Let me do a test push. The question is going to be whether or not I'm allowed to push a PR on the main upstream. If the answer is yes, this will work and I'll just use a branch flow. And if the answer is that's prohibited by permission, I'll create a fork. So let's cd into no-code-architects-toolkit. Here I'll do a dummy change, like a readme modification. Okay, so before we even try to get it running, I'm just getting my branches in order. Oh, look at this. Look at this. So we can do a real change here. So git checkout -b markdown lint. So I can add a VS Code extensions. And let me look in my others. There's a markdown lint. Yep, this one. Really, all of those are not needed. We really just want the markdown lint. Okay? And then, I don't know, is he using Prettier or something over here? We got some Python, cool. Whoa, it's really Pythonic. I didn't expect that for some reason. Boo, requirements file. It's Pythonic and old. Good old Steven. He's an old school. He's an old school engineer. That's okay. We got services. Oh, it's like totally a Python app. Is it we're using Flask. Homie, please. Please let me refactor. This will be a different stream. I'm going to have to refactor the entire app into Fast API. Okay, we'll hold our horses for now for that. All right, so the only thing I'm doing in this dummy commit is I'm going to recommend markdown lint, and then I'll apply it to the README. Okay, so format. Boom. And what does this say? First line in a file should be a top-level heading. Okay. And then we want this fenced to be named. Deploy using the image below. Yeah, that's not a proper fence. That's not a proper fenced image. Or this is not like a line of code. This is a Docker image name. I guess you could fence it in Bash, but it's like not a real command, but okay. Human person, hey, what are you working on? We are working on the no-code-architects-toolkit from Stephen Pope. Stephen G. Pope. And then here's a second main heading. That's not allowed. Boom, you go to jail. Okay, so now this has been linted for Markdown. You don't have permission to push. Would you like to create to a fork instead? Okay, that's what we wanted to check. Oi. All right, 2FA. Let me grab my cell phone real quick. How's everybody doing? Happy Monday, y'all. Starting to warm up finally. If you're in North America like I am, it's been cold. Had some snow melt recently. Enter the code displayed on your device. Well, it's not popping up though. It's not popping up though. Let me close it and open it again. "2FA, you're letting me down, buddy." All right, let's cancel this. We'll cancel this. Would you like to try a different way? Sure, let's try a different way. Okay? 2FA a different way. Oh, here we go. Rocking and rolling. So cursor, read, whatever, whatever. This is fine. And I need to make sure this is my private personal access token. Okay, those are not authorized. Good. Don't want to mix it up with work. That would be bad. So I think that's scoped properly. It says the fork is in progress. I don't know why this is taking so long. I could just click the button right here as well. Let's do this. I don't know what cursor's going on, like what's going on with cursor. Boom, and that was the last of the Celsius. Bathsheba, welcome in. Thank you for the likes. Okay, so we have this fork, right? And then let me cancel all this stuff. It's like the world is ending or something. Oh, it wanted me to enter the personal access token here. That was my fault. I just didn't see the little pop-up. Escape to cancel. Canceled. Okay. Sorry, team. So I'm going to CD up a level. We're going to rim ref no-code-architects-toolkit. It says it's busy. You can't do that. I'm saying, no, I really, really want to do that. Let me close cursor. I might have to kill it from a terminal. Oi, setup is so fun, right? And here's my empty folder when I look at it and over here. So I'm just going to hit the delete. Boom. Kill it from the workspace. Reopen cursor. We're almost set up. Okay. Now I will clone off the branch. So there's the Vanderveer fork. Yeah, buddy. Hit him with a yeehaw. And we're going to re-implement the same changes. So cd no-code-architects-toolkit git checkout-b markdown lint. New folder .vs code. Extensions.json. It's extensions plural, right? Extensions, yeah. Copy this over from latterly reference file. But I only want markdown lint. And maybe I should have some of those Python plugins too, but we can, that's not necessary for now. Something maybe for the future. All right, so we're going to re-implement, format the document, move the symbol under the main title. Fence these in bash. Fence these in bash, and we are good to go, right? I think we're good to go. Installing on GCP. Yeah. How that's a... like that shouldn't be a main heading. It shouldn't be a main heading. Do I really want to go update all these subheadings? For some reason, my IDE isn't complaining about it this time, so I'll leave it alone. Okay. So chore, markdown lint. And now, it's ready to go. And so do I want to merge to my own main and then go main to main, or do I just want to cross branch PR, which is what I'd rather do? We'll do a cross branch PR. Okay, fine. So that's working fine. So let's get out of this now, and we will start to incorporate fiber. Maybe I can use a feature branch based on, he gave me a Notion site, draw text features. Okay, I think this is it. There should be an option to draw text over videos and use line spacing, etc. Seems like this kind of thing. Store file in cloud storage, Arabic options, whatever. I think this is pretty close. Okay, so I'll use this. 50 dash draw layer. Okay, so here's the draw layer. Git fetch. I want to reset dash hard on origin main. So now I'm leaving that markdown lint stuff aside so that I do not create a dependency in my GitHub branches. So they can be processed in parallel is the idea. Okay, so we'll hold this open. We don't have any code to add there yet. And let's look for this API literal. Does load video exist in this code base? Control C. Control Shift F, Control V, enter. I'm not seeing it. Yeah, it looks like it doesn't exist. That's okay. So maybe before I start coding, I just want to get the project running. Let's try to do that. And I don't know that I have Docker on this computer. Oh, I do. Sick. All right, I'll move that over to my other screen for now because I think we're going to need Docker. Maybe I should add web containers. So tired of wasting thousands of dollars on API subscriptions to support all your automations. Where's the setup? It's just a feature walkthrough. Okay. So we're going to build this. Just here in this folder. All right, let's try it. Yo, what's up with my Control V being goofy? All right, seems to be working fine. Again, if you're trying to do this at home or whatever, I already have Docker installed, and so it's running. I think that's the only prereq to run this command. Okay, API key. This is like generate a new API key. And then this will be mandatory if we're using GCP. Okay, we'll see if I need that. I might go get some of that. I imagine you only need a bucket or an S3 compatible store. I don't think you would need both. That would be weird. I might spin up a Supabase project for this. Yep, Supabase storage, cool. What's the pricing on this? So I get a gig of file storage. How big's a video? Let's go check out his video over here. I could do just like a small video.
In this video,
So we'll inspect this. Are you going to tell me how big it is?
in this video,
15 bytes. It's streaming it. That's the only way. Its red is so small. It's cached from disk on me because I already loaded it.
in this video,
There's no way it's a 161 kilobyte video. There's no way, right? It's got to be streaming it. Can I download this? Save video frame, save video as Steven horizontal video. Okay. Yeah, it's 28.5 28,000 kilobytes. One, two, three. It's 1,000,000 kilobytes? Is that real? I thought that's wrong. Oh, that says kilobyte. My brain is not working right now. How many? Okay. Well, if I'm understanding proper, whatever. It should be able to fit, right? That's what I'm understanding. So, yeah. We'll go forward with that. Yo, this is taking a long time. What's going on here? Oh, it's doing an OS get environment, so it's not even using an env file. It's not even using an env file. Okay. Yeah, we pass it in through Docker this way. Okay. No Docker file or nothing, just raw dog in the CLI. Okay, we got a Docker file here. But it's not mentioned. Wow. We got to get some cached layers on this bad boy over here. Gunnicorn, let's go. Oh man. Gotta love it, huh? Okay. How long is this layer taking, dude? Your API key. It's just like an arbitrary string. This is really stressing me out how long this Docker build is taking. Oh, dude, we got to optimize this. So we're past we're past 4 minutes. Are we going to break 5 minutes on this? 90. So we got 2. So then that'd be 205. 2 seconds there, 203. 205. Plus the 8. So that's 213. So we're breaking 220. We're not at 5 minutes yet. We're only at a meager 3.5 or 4 minutes. Let's see. Come on, chat. If we're going to be slow, let's be a record-breaking slow. Oh, hey, TikTok blew up in the meantime. Chill guy, do you recommend taking linear algebra? If it's part of your graduation plan, do it, right? But in terms of will it help you on the job as a programmer, no, it won't. So my recommendation there would be only insofar as you find it like interesting or relatively easy compared to your other course options. It would be that sort of mental model. Catch me up. What's in the making? We are going to try to, and then we just broke the 4 minute. So we're working on the no code. I did all of this at the start of the video. Yeah, I guess I need to repeat myself. That's fine. No Code Architects Toolkit from Stephen Pope. And we are creating a draw layer. So this is like a video QA tool, quality assurance tool. So like when someone like drafts a video and then it's going through production and there's like feedback, we want to get this draw layer on there. That's what we're trying to do. Don, what's up, Don? Welcome in. Unicorn for America. We'll see. You got a PhD, YH. What is YH? Was that a typo? Wow. You can't spell the word yeah? Okay. Dude. Now I feel old. Yes, I have a PhD. Hey, do me a favor and spell the word yeah out next time. Also, you can just do YA instead of YH. That's like already existing thing. I don't know why we need a new one that's less pronounceable and so forth. How did my timer reset? It was over 200. Y'all saw that, right? Oh, okay, here's the overall build time. Yeah, dude, overall build time, we're going on 10 minutes here. That feels more accurate. So this is just the current layer build time. We're not going to make it to 10 minutes. Oh, such a bummer. Such a bummer. Only 9 minutes. All right. I don't know if it's worth optimizing because we'll see on rebuild. I'm tempted to like rebuild it just to see if it's already using cached layers. 10 minutes of build is pretty savage though. Okay, so here we are. We built this thing. Now I need an API key. And I need this other stuff. And then we're going to come run this command. Is it suggesting... I really want the .env file. I think it's pyenv, right? Nope, that's something else. .env for Python. Probably not. Love you. Thank you so much. Where is Sammy? I don't know. All right, y'all. We got a mocha. We got a drip coffee. We're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. Bro. When that mocha hits. Okay. In the hover over tooltip, it looks kind of like he has a little mustache because it's on top of his mouth. But when you look at it over here, all right. So I got it off my chest, so I'm free to move on. That was the reason that I did that. I just don't want to dwell on it. So the question is, do I want to go for Google, like GCP, or do I want to try to do the Supabase thing? Let's try to do the Supabase thing. And I'm not even following my own advice, because what it looks to me like in the README, there's an embedded bias towards GCP. And my typical advice to other people is, the first time you're spinning it up, follow the standard path. Don't try to do things in a weird way. So, all right, we'll do that. We'll do GCP. I really want to see if it could work with Supabase though, because that's actually my preferred database provider. But in the run example, the yellow lines are really pissing me off. But in the run example, this is the one line that throws me off. If it was just a bucket reference, I would go over to Supabase storage. But this bit is showing there's more to it, right? Mandatory if using GCP storage. Okay. So do I just need one less variable if I'm working with Supabase, or is there some equivalent value for Supabase? It would be these three. You use the access key and the secret key as equivalent to the credentials. Yeah. Look, allegedly both paths are supported. My concern with using a GCP bucket, how much free tier space do I have there? GCP bucket free tier. I just don't want to have to pay any money. But I think I got to pay money for Supabase storage anyway. No, we said that I get up to a gig, right? Yeah. Free trial ends. See, it's a 90-day rug pull. The GCP free tier is like a fake free tier. Gemini, they have a Gemini free tier that's like a forever free tier. Free tier of 5 gigs. Read carefully. 0 GB doesn't mean free. If you create, delete a lot of empty file for keeping state or something else, you are also charged of Class A operation. Yeah, this is like the fine print that freaks me out with whether we're talking about the Amazon free tier or the Google free tier. There's always like these sneaky fees, dude. And that's one of the reasons I love Supabase, as well as Vercel. They're like actually free. At this point, just on principle, I'm not going with GCP. I'm not going to do it. So if that makes me contradict my standard advice, so be it. But it's not clear that it does contradict the standard advice, because the standard advice is do it in the enshrined way. And it looks like they're both main supported paths. Although I would say if I was the maintainer, I would have one enshrined way and then other like options, but there would be one main way. So let's go for this. Supabase storage. API key. All right, and I'm going to take this off screen. I have Supabase open on another tab. Let's see if I can create a whole new project for this. All right, I don't think there's any secret info yet. So I'll make a new project in my org. We will call this no-code-architects-toolkit. By the way, I'm not 100% sure that I even need to make a new project. because I only want the gig of storage. So we'll generate that password. I love that it censors it by default. That's great. We'll copy it. Advanced configuration, Postgres with Oriole DB. What is that? That's cool. See, it's going to make me a database, but really I want a bucket. Let's ask chat. I'll go enable web search. I want to create a Supabase storage instance. I don't need a SQL database. Should I still create a new project in Supabase? I think it creates a SQL instance by default. I just don't know a way to get the bucket without creating the project. Currently, it's not possible to create a Supabase project without this database, even if you intend only to use the storage features. Look, Supabase, I feel like that's a way that y'all can cost save, because I can't be the only one with this use case, right? Okay. Cool. Fine. So we're going to go over here and we're going to look for storage. Here's storage. We got this new project. We're getting the storage. What's going on? My UI is not changing. Oh, because it's provisioning and it'll take a little bit. So I'm not going to get the storage credentials until the instance is provisioned, or are these going to be the storage credentials as well? Gotta wait and see. Oh, you love a setup stream, right? So boring, dude. So boring. Okay, and so now it's ready to go. So I go to storage. I want a new bucket. I'm just gonna call this main. Is it a public bucket? No, it should not be. It should not be a public bucket. Okay, I've got main here. Give me your credentials, homie. Settings. Upload file size limit. Yeah, we're going to have to change that. 50 megs. Oh, free plan has a upload size limit. Well, this is one of the good reasons we try it out and we learn stuff like this. So do I have local video editing software where I can basically clip that clip Steven's video to make it shorter so it'll fit? Enable the S3 protocol, yes, and here's the stuff. Okay, so looks like you got to pay money either way, so that's fine. I need to get Supabase paid tier at some point anyway. All right, let me go ahead and do that. I'm taking it over and I'm gonna upgrade it on my other page. Upgrade into Pro. Please select a payment method. Okay. $2FA for the win. Are we good? Successfully added payment. Love to see it. Confirm. Let's see on TikTok. Is this lovable? No, we're not using lovable. Snake Z1223 says Vimv. No? Nope. I mean, we might make a Vimv later, but there hasn't been any use for that so far. Chill Guy, I figured I'd ask because I have 2 electives to take for my degree and I thought linear algebra would be good. Yeah, maybe. The other options are cybersecurity, which I have no option in, or no interest in. Yeah, do it for that reason then. Do it for the interest reason. It seems like a fine reason to me. What reasons motivated your decision to upgrade? I want to upload a video file to Supabase storage over 50 MB in size. Okay. Please select at least one reason. Okay. Miss me with the survey, dude. That was not a very good survey. It didn't actually have a specific answer for what I was looking for. Okay. Organization is limited by the included usage. I like that. Let me show you this. I'll show you this. So now that I upgraded, it's the safety aspect. Now that I'm on Pro, the organization is limited by included usage. Projects may become unresponsive when organization exceeds the usage quota. This is good. It means I have a hard budget, so I don't have to worry about unexpected cost overrun, as I do worry about in other cloud providers like GCP and Amazon. And I know there are ways that you can set up budgets and you can set up auto triggers to like kill your own service provision, but it's so easy to miss those. In fact, I think few people do those well, actually. So the point in the main remains that we want security by default, and I also want financial security by default. So I like having this approach where, hey, we're going to make your service unresponsive, and you can adjust the cap on demand instead of making the thing responsive on demand and then send you a mystery bill. All right, so where were we? Now I want to go back to my projects, all projects, no-code architect toolkit, going to storage, going to the main bucket. And here I'm back in settings, and what does it say now? I can change the upload size file limit. And I'll limit it to 10 gigs. Because what is the Supabase storage overall limit? I think it's 50. I think it's 50 gigs. Resumable uploads with UPI, that's cool. Yeah, 50 GB. That was helpful. Good job. Okay, so we set it to 10. Let me save. And now I will create a new access key and we'll continue the implementation. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and make a .env over here anyway, just so I don't lose my values. Like, where else are we holding them? Whoa, is there no get ignore? Okay, here's the get ignore. I almost thought, oh, env variables.json. Interesting. Does it talk about that in the README? It does not. Oh, look at that. Look at that. So this is the recommended way. This is the recommended way already. It's just not well documented. Okay, that's fine. So instead of env, I will have invariables.json. Here we go. So what do I got in here? API key. What's up, boy? What's up, boy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Don't hack me. S3 access key. I'm going to take this off screen for the rest of it. And are these... This should be ignored for get purposes. Yeah, it's not popping up. Good. It's not popping up. So let me take this off screen, and I will next add oh man, I got too many things going on my other screen. There's the endpoint. S3 endpoint URL, here we go. S3 bucket name is main. S3 secret key, we're gonna create a new one. Ooh, spooky, super top secret. For real, for real. Got the access key ID, okay. And I've got the secret access key ID. My question is, why do they stop at 2? What about like a super duper duper secret access key ID? Okay, I think we have all the environment variables. There's 4. Access, secret, endpoint, bucket. So I closed all that. Bringing this back on screen, back to the README. Access, secret, endpoint. And you got to have the bucket name, right? I don't know. How are we going to access the... Okay, that's not good. Need to exclude the .env_JSON. env_variables. .json. Good. Okay. How are we going to query the bucket without the bucket name? Is the bucket name optional? I guess we're going to find out. And if it doesn't work, maybe I need to incorporate the bucket name. That's fine. Also, the region is not mentioned. Control F, R-E-G-I-N. Here's the S3 region. Yeah, okay. It's here. It's just not in the README. Once again, we got the S3 region, S3 bucket name. My region is... I'm not going to tell you my region. Let me add it to the variables there. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Okay. So we got the endpoint URL, key. There's 1 and 2 more. So there's S3 bucket name, the name of the S3 compatible storage bucket, and then the region. The region. And so I guess markdown lint is related to this because I'm updating the README, man. So whatever. Whatever, bash. Where's the other fence? Okay, so this is docs, more S3 vars. And then I might as well do the extensions thing. I've done it like a couple times already, but this way it can all be within 1. And this is nice because I won't be juggling 2 pull requests. This will be a draft. This is not ready yet. Okay? Good, good, good. So I'm just trying to get the thing running. What's going on here? That was not a real change. Docker, Docker, Docker. Docker, Docker, Docker. Composer really helping out there. Okay, so using the S3, so we have the API key, got that. Endpoint access, secret key, bucket name. But I want these to be read out of my JSON file. So this is the local script he had, local. Stopping all running Docker containers. Handle nested JSON for GCP SA credentials, okay. He's running on 8080, that looks good. It's just passing all of them. So my S3 stuff should get in there. Okay. This should work. You love the markdown highlighting. Pink, white. So readable. Much readability. Much readability. Okay. Worker failed to boot. Let's add to chat. Why worker ain't worky? Why worker ain't worky? The optimal prompt message. Am I the only one or is there no audio? Oh, dude, for real? 1, 2, 3. Oh. No, you should be able to hear my mic is working. Can y'all hear me? There is audio. Okay, cool. Why not give your region? What is that going to do? I don't know, because I'm moody. Get over it. Blaze Labs. Yo, do you have chat notifications? I do, but when they're coming in from Twitch, they're on like a different UI. So I have to like toggle back and forth to read them. It's a real pain. Maybe here. Oh, yeah, and now you're on YouTube. Thank you so much for hopping around. I'm sorry to inconvenience you that way. Ooh. Okay, so ensure the API key environment variable is set before running the Docker container. Wait, why is it not set? It should be setting everything. API key. Let me look at my environment variables once again, off screen. Guarantee you that API key is right there. Guarantee you. API key exists within So what I really want to do is log the values out to make sure I just need to take the, oh, and then it says echo. JQ command not found. That's the root cause issue. Okay. This is why we use .env, bro. This is why we use .env, so I don't have to deal with this. Are they going to get mad about expanding dependencies or something? All right, I'll make a dev requirements file. Why is it loaded twice? That's weird. All right, so we won't install. We won't install .env. So does this work? Some issue in my Docker container? Here's my Docker container. Yeah, we should be using a Docker file, bro. This is not the right way to do this. So this is going to build the image. In the SH, do we try to build the image? We jumped down to, okay, it used cache layers. Nice. So it jumped down to layer 25. Okay, are we good? We might be good. Python local.py. Okay, so let's see what we got. So let's open this. It says address invalid. That's okay. Here's our app. What kind of routes do we have? Do I have a ping route? Audio mixing, all of this stuff. I just want a ping route. Process this and that and this and that. I don't see anything like a health check route. I want to make a scripts folder. In here, I want print file structure. Let's make a script that prints the file structure. Let's do more than that. So we want the files. We want a LLM primer. Let's make a script that prints the file structure. We'll call this AI context. Let's make a script that prints the file structure and adds useful instructions into an initial text prompt for an AI assistant. For now, the only needed instructions besides act as an AI assistant to help develop the app with the below file structure is also consider the README file content reproduced below and append the content from boom. Steve, thanks for the follow. Brooklyn, thanks for the follow. 86 MRVN, what are you making? We are working on no-code architect toolkit. This is an open source toolkit created by Stephen G. Pope over here. And what I'm currently doing is populating this script, which will allow an AI tool to have better context of my code base. So here I want to Python run generate AI context. Are we using the path library? What's going on here? Oh man. So I should get a virtual environment going, basically. I was trying to avoid doing that because I don't want to use all right, let's do it. So we're going to UV init or UV install dash R requirements. UV pip install. UV venv. I didn't change the, okay. So this is installing, how to get support. I guess I'll include it over here. What happened to those subheadings? Some subheadings got removed. Failed to download and build LLVM Lite 36. Even in this case, I still get that issue, okay? Oh, it printed it. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Instead of printing to console, let the script write to Cool, so here's the AI context. All right. All right. It's pretty cool. Coding has turned into typing prompts. Yeah, it's interesting, right? It's about half there. It's about half there. We still need to know a lot about what's going on. All right, so I have the context. What do I want to do now? I want to run the local Docker container. Skipping GCS client initialization, good. Okay. Is it running already? Next, I want to make the, yeah, so why did I do this? Because there's a bunch of routes and I feel like there's not a health check or a ping, but I want a language model to assist me. Consider this context. Does the app have anything like a health check endpoint, a ping endpoint, etc., or should I make one? Status, see, that's an example of one that I didn't easily look for. I'm saying look at the routes. Aren't the routes defined in this script? Oh no, we didn't recursively. It didn't create the right context. It didn't okay. It didn't create the right context. That's the issue. We aren't currently printing the app directory structure. Maybe I can fix this one by hand. So the starting point, get file structure, root dir. I think it's just pointing at the wrong root dir. Root directory is, here, let's debug this. I know you found the README path because the README content is imposed. So I know you found the right README path. So why do you have the wrong app path? So the app is located right here in the same place. Okay, README path. Generate prompt, get file structure from the root dir. So we look in the root dir. So something is messed up here. Scripts. Yeah, no, it's messed up. GSUS Reloaded, thanks for the follow. So this is messed up. OS rel path root. Yeah, because root dir is the script's dir. How's it finding the README then? Is root directory mutated? Yo, this doesn't make sense. The path of the file, its parent, will be scripts. So that needs one more parent. Yeah, that's correct. Now, how is this correct? All right, I don't know, but I think that might have fixed it. So let's see. Okay, so now we have the new AI context. And it's still the wrong content here. Because it made a different, yeah, this is the right one. Okay, so the output dir is the root dir slash scripts. Now we're good. Now we're good. Oh, let's ignore that get. Let's ignore .get. And let's ignore .venv. Update the script to ignore certain dir paths like .get and .venv. That didn't work. Yo, dude, now it's over filtering. What's going on? It just messed up the root dir again. Okay. Revert that line change. Revert that change. Cool. This looks better. Yeah, this looks good. Fonts. Okay, I want to ignore fonts as well. I guess the app makes use of those fonts. That's fine. We'll leave them. That's a lot. It's fine. So here is filter extraneous dirs. Consider this app printout. Does it have a health check or similar? There's no explicit mention of a health check or similar endpoint. Okay. So let's add a ping route. Is this cursor? Yep, we're using cursor. Yeah, this is what it should look like. Okay, good. Now we got the health check on there. There's no hot reloading on my Docker container. That's a bummer. Let's see if this is working now. Okay, so I'm going to go to this route /health. Yeah, it's not working. What if I go localhost 8080? That at least connects. And then if I go health. Okay. And so now let me try to stop and restart my server. I guess the last layer should be updated. And now I have health. Okay, yeah, so I had to manually restart the container to get updates. Okay, and so here the feature is add health check. And let me document this. There are at least 4 ways to run the Docker container. You can verify the container is running. Like after starting your container, verify the container is running and healthy by inspecting the. No, I don't want to inspect the status. Okay, good. So there's the health check. All right, I think we're doing good. So what next? Now I need to bring up the UI. Is the UI even in this app? I'm not sure. Convert BP, combine BP. I don't know what any of this stuff is. Health BP. Oh. That's not helpful comments. Okay. Let's go over to the composer now. Switching over to composer. So we have the app. I'm going to add the AI context. And I'm just going to ask, does this app have a UI? Am I missing it? Like, where is it? It's just an API, right? So what is Steven looking at in this video? What is this? I see a load video button. Okay, so he's got like some kind of a UI. Update DOM. So he's talking about a UI here. Update DOM with React. Okay, so we're going to do a React application. Cool. But where's the React application? There is no React application. So that's what I'm here to build, right? I'm here to build the React application. Cool. This is my house now. Time to lock in. Let me get my Zen. You want me to build a React application? I would love to help you, my friend. I would love to help you. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's lock in. What's the best place to watch from? Blaze Labs asks. You know, I don't really know, man. YouTube is up there. Got to be TikTok or YouTube would be the two best. I don't know among those options which one's the number one best, but it's got to be those two options. Thank you so much for being here. Chat, consider tapping the like button if you think it's interesting so far. We're going to start building out a UI. And he can roast me. He can roast me if he's mad about what I'm about to do. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Let's see. This is going to piss him off because Vercel makes deploying Next.js apps easy, and everyone else doesn't. Everyone else doesn't. Dang. That's why he wants to avoid Next.js. I think he wants to avoid Next.js. I'm putting words in his mouth on that, by the way. He didn't tell me don't use Next.js. I'm just wondering, how should I do this? And that's the way I voiced that. Which is probably not the best way to voice that. Let me go back to his requirements doc. See, he's using GCP or any other S3 compatible provider, including like AWS. Yo, a Next app on AWS is not super straightforward, and it limits your implementation options. For example, serverless functions, it's a real pain. I just kind of wish he was in the room with me and I could ask him, do you want me to do like client-side React? Is that the idea? I feel like that's the idea. Because there is no need for static. Yeah, from an architecture perspective, why do I want Next.js? So that I can have render mode flexibility. I can share logic across server components and client components. I can render at build time. I don't need those features here. We just want one UI, and it's guaranteed to have client-side loading. Feels like a fit for Remix. I feel crazy saying that because I've been a Remix hater, but it feels like a use case for Remix actually. If we're guaranteed to have client-side rendering, and we don't need static build capabilities like SSG or whatever. Okay, we could do Vite. What else could we do? What else could we do? Let's chat. Let's chat with chat. We're going to use 01. We don't want any of that. Okay, sorry. We're going to use 03 mini high. We don't want that punk GPT 4.0. We want some high quality analysis, right? Act as an expert and up-to-date web developer as of 2025. I am creating an app, and I would like to use React syntax. This app is guaranteed to require client-side logic, including fiber.js. I think that's what it's called, right? React renderer for 3.js, that's going to be confusing. I'm not talking about React 3 Fiber. That's also a very cool library, but that's not what I'm talking about here. Fabric.js, okay. Okay, good thing I checked. The purpose of this tool is to facilitate video production and quality review. So a user can add comments at various time slices, and that will be saved as metadata. User can add comments and drawings at various time slices, and that will be saved as metadata to the database via REST. Okay. What frameworks should I use? I am considering create Vite app, create next app, and so on. But once again, we will require client-side rendering. So I'm not, and I also want to prioritize making the app easy to deploy to various environments such as GCP, AWS, and AWS. So I don't know that Next.js with the app router has much value in this case. What do you think? Give at least 5 options and score them 1 to 10 with reasons. With reasons, 03. That's why we're going for 03. I want the reasons, babe. It's worth planning. Think about the return on investment to planning, okay? Here's your return on investment to planning. You have decreasing marginal benefit. Okay? So here's time. Time spent planning. Okay? And then here is plan quality. So here's a pitfall. Here's a pitfall is going way over here and planning lots and lots and lots. Boom. Zone of evil. Red paint, where you at? Zone of evil, overthinking. Agile bros love it. Waterfall, my boy. Okay? That's when you're thinking too much. And I'll be the first to admit, I'm guilty of that. Like, I am an overthinker. Okay? My fault. Sorry. Elena? Is that Elena Austin? Your stream is so hard, but you're doing in good way. Thank you. Thank you. And thanks for being here. Good to see ya. Welcome from Twitch. Okay. By the way, other channels, you know, in my bio or whatever. YouTube, TikTok, the works. No one from Kick here today. Kick, where are you at? Come on, Kick. By the way, if you think the video is interesting so far, consider tapping like. That will help the various algorithms propagate, amplify, and send the video around so we can teach more people how to do this sort of advanced stuff. This is pretty advanced. Don't get confused. Okay, so here's a zone of evil thinking. Okay, and then here's another pitfall. Here's another pitfall. This is another zone of evil under planning. Opportunity cost is a thing, y'all. Opportunity cost is a thing, y'all. Let me get that in bold. Can I get that in bold? B, Control B. I guess I gotta bold the whole section. We're gonna bold the whole section. Let's let it pop. Okay? So this, like, I don't know, like, boop. This is the tangent. This is the max tangent. Max tangent. This is the exact amount of planning Jesus would do if he needed to plan. Because he's perfect. Okay, and then where are we going to be? Hopefully somewhere in here. And I might bias to the left, right? I'm going to try to have a left bias. And so this is going to be like practical. Can I get a gold color? Is there a gold in here? It's yellow. Okay, yellow is like a yellow flag. That's not what I like. Let's go for green. I'm trying to go for gold. And this is a pretty good spot to target. Do some planning. So this is what we're going to do. So the point is, zero planning is a bad idea. These people who are like, dive right into your code, do not dive right into your code. If you're learning, you can dive right into a project because you're learning. But once you start building real things, you need to do some planning. Shout out to our boy Steven, because he already did a bunch of planning for me. But now I need to put my engineer hat on and go, okay, given these product plans, how do I want to implement this? I think he did a POC with an index file. That's cool, but I'm suspicious. Well, let's see. Maybe I do just want a damn index file. Let's ask, it's an option on the table. So let's go back to chat, okay? Vite with React, parcel with React, create React app. Consider one more option. What about a plain index.html file that loads React via CDN? Score it, and score it, then give me the top 3 options among described options. Feel free to create a 4th hybrid option among the others if there is a way to synthesize wins without creating excess complexity. I want a subscore subscore specifically on complexity and LOE. Okay, so we're going to narrow down the 10. We started with 5, now we're going to go up to 6 and then narrow it to 3 or 4. So we're now converging. So Vite with React is a 10 out of 10. It's saying, ooh, this might be our buddy. 8, 7, 6. Plain index, it's saying 4. The complexity is awesome, but overall it's bad. Lacks modern development experience as HMR. Okay, HMR. Consider this. This is a useful constraint. Consider this constraint. I'm running the backend in a Docker container. The Docker container can implement reloading. So HMR may have attenuated value in the UI itself. Or should I run the UI separately? Re-evaluate with this constraint in mind. So I want to see, here I'm doing sort of like a, almost like a test-driven planning. I want to see the score of 4 for the index file go up because it counted lack of HMR as a downside, but it's less of a downside given that I have Docker level reloading available. So that number should go up or the other number should go down. Basically, the field should be less differentiated than it first appeared. Okay, so it got the memo, right? The benefit of HMR is less critical in my situation. So it's still saying 10 out of 10 for Vite. And the index file, no. I need you to, think critically and alter the scores. I expect the 4 out of 10 for index.html to improve because the downside of missing HMR is not critical for me. Okay, so I'm being very explicit here. It got the memo, but it didn't update the metrics. So I'm like, update your metrics, homie. It's still saying 10 out of 10 for Vite. And then it's saying, where's the index? It's saying the plain index comes up to a 6. That feels reasonable, but it's still not as good as Vite. It insists. So I'm going to go with it. Top choices. Parcel is a solid backup. I don't want Parcel. Here's a hybrid option. Interesting. Even the hybrid option is considered less complex. Deliver a lean production bundle. Okay, so we're crossing out Parcel, and that's nice anyway because it considered it the third best. So we got these two options. Let's go Vite, babe. Let's go Vite. So I think it's just npx create Vite app or something like that. We're going to use this. I'm going to go outside of chat, create Vite app. I'm a little surprised it said npm and not npx. Nope, that's the syntax used here. Okay, so it is npm create. Npm create. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's do P and PM. No, let's not. Let's not. Let's keep it simple. Okay. So do I want to have a separate Docker container for the UI? I think I should. I'll give it the context. Scripts output AI context. The current app context is described below. I can mutate the existing backend container or create a new container. Give pros and cons with a recommendation. And I'm just pasting that README in there. I want it to give me a UI folder. That's what I really want. Independent scaling difficulties. This is the one that comes to mind for me. Possibly reducing latency. Yeah. There's not going to be a lot of latency, dude. But the cross-origin requesting could be a pain point. Unified logging, practically, if you deploy these in enterprise, logging is unified anyway because the client will post. It can do either one. It can post directly to its own Dang, what is that thing called? I can't remember what it's called. I'm not thinking of Datadog or Sentry. There's another one. So Datadog or Sentry, I would probably go from the UI to the backend and restore there anyway. Yeah, separate it. Okay. Should I make a top level dir called UI and create my app in there? I want it to tell me yes. That seems like the cleanest from a file organization perspective. That seems cleanest. Yes. Okay, great. Okay, so we're gonna make a UI dir. Okay. So here's a UI dir. I cd into UI. npm create vt at latest. And I don't want to call this my create app. Oh, I think I could just call it UI. All right, so let me actually delete that UI dir. Git history is clean, good. So we're going to paste this, and I'll just change it to UI. npm calls npx. That's kind of funny. Is this VC code? Nope, we're using cursor. Try using npx, yeah. I'm gonna use this one. Still didn't work. What's going on, buddy? Because my sub process doesn't have access. That's the issue. My sub process doesn't have access. This would be easier on Mac, not gonna lie. Okay, now let's try PNPM. So I'll go PNPX. I want PNPM over yarn. If they both fail, I'll go to yarn. I think I just install it globally, right? Oh, I'm in the UI folder. Okay, that was my fault. Let me go all the way back to the npm then, because that was I was just in the wrong folder. Yeah, okay, that worked fine. So no need to go for PNPM. So this will be Vite create Vite app. Create Vite app. So I can cd into my UI and launch this standalone. Vite is not recognized. Because I did an npmi. Cool. All right, so now I've got this guy running. So this is lock on install. All right, we got this UI going. Here's Vite. And I want to change this so that it looks like this. There's just a load video button. So at this point, I will bail on chat and I'll go into cursor, but first I want to run my AI context script. Okay, so now it's got node modules. I want to ignore node modules as well. You love how fast it is. Okay, so now I got docs, fonts, routes, script services, and then here's UI. Good, and it's a pretty short thing down here. That's great. Okay, so here is Vite. AI context ignores node modules. Good. So now I will start a new composer session. Control-Shift-P, new composer. Here's the AI context. And I want it to be aware of my package.json file. And I want it to be aware of my main file. Ooh, okay. We could use TSX. So let's, okay, should I just rimwrap this and then start over for TSX? I can take the code and like alter the files to TypeScript, but it will be easier. Yeah, it'll be easier if I do this. So I'm going to CD up a layer. I'm going to rimref UI. Oh. Good, and then it altered it for me. That's great. So now I CD into UI. I'm going to npmi. This is just to clear the lock. You see the lock file here is deleted. I don't want it deleted, I want it updated. Now it's updated. This is feat. Use TypeScript. I'm going to unstage my package because I want it to declare node 22 plus. Okay. Good. Let's just make sure I can get the UI working. Okay. Awesome. That wasn't too bad at all. So here's a feature use TypeScript. I'm telling you guys, TypeScript and Python is a wicked combo. Wicked combo. Doesn't have chat notifications. He doesn't really check chat. Yeah, I don't know. Every 5 or 10 minutes, I'll check it out. Thanks for being here. Okay, so great. Now I have a main TSX, which I like a lot more. I'm going to Python scripts, generate the new AI context. With TypeScript. And it's still small. But now I have my tsconfig. Great. Okay. AI context. In main TSX. And now, and let's make it aware of the app file as well. I have installed a basic Vite, React, and TypeScript app. Let's alter this so that the main file simply has a load videos button and does not have all the Vitest boilerplate. I watched your video and read the article, by the way. The reposting strategy makes a lot of sense, though my focus is on different platforms. Okay, thanks for the feedback. What platforms are you focused on? Twitch, I guess, yeah? All right, we'll do one step at a time. I'll talk about the Supabase stuff later. You can see the cursor agent moving a little bit slower now that it's loading a ton of context. Cool, before we get too deep, I'm going to go ahead and implement Tailwind. And I'm wondering, let's go back to chat. What about adding Tailwind? Is there a template for that? Or is it a second step after app init? One of the reasons that I like having multiple threads, one using chat and one using Composer, is so that I can keep the Composer context pristine. So this back and forth is not inside Composer, it's in these chats. And then I just go to Composer with, hey, here's what I want to actually do. Tailwind CSS isn't included by default in the official React templates. Cool, so I'm going to go ahead and add Tailwind as a second step instead of using this digit thing that I'm not familiar with. Good, so this is what I want. And then if I click it, I get a log. Great, 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 great. This is what I want. So this is feet RM boilerplate. I'm going to bring in my package JSON for the UI. Let's install Tailwind and remove the app.css file. I'm going to do this in my own terminal. Ooh, this is a bummer. What does this say? I already installed the packages, as you can now see, but on install, I see this. Let's continue without reverting. Okay. It's making the config files. That's awesome. I'm going to want light mode, dark mode off the bat. Just to give a little value prop for the Tailwind. It's going to give us more value later on, but knocking it out early is it's optimal. It's optimal, bro. It makes things easier down the line instead of retrofitting dark mode. Blaze says, I'm considering your strategy with Blue Sky, but GitHub, Twitch, and Discord are my main platforms. LinkedIn I avoid entirely. Got it. Makes sense. Cool, and we got a clean install. Let's again make sure that I can run dev. Oh, it's still calling to app TSX or app CSS. Let's remove that. Got the hot reload in the UI, love that. And we're working, it's off to the left, but that's okay. And so this will be feature add tailwind. Let's add dark mode. Include a small icon in the top left of the UI with a light and dark mode emoji toggle icon. Move the title and load videos buttons into this top nav rather than in the main section of the page. For now, the main section of the page can simply state no video loaded until a video has been loaded. Okay, so we're getting dark mode by class. Love it. Up to 420 likes on TikTok. Thank you so much. Consider tapping it and give it some more. Let's see if we can get to 500 likes. So it's purging a bunch of my index CSS rules. I love it. We got the light and dark mode over there. Great. Okay, so this is perfect, I think. Well, I don't know about perfect, but it's exactly what I have in mind. Yeah, bud. Look, come on. Dub in the chat for the sexy light and dark right there. You love to see it. Feet, sexy, dark mode. You love to see it. Is Composer a VSC extension, and is it better than Copilot? VS Code is Cursor is a fork of VS Code. It's not a mere extension. And I think it's significantly better than Copilot, yes. And is it better than GPT? That's more complicated because you can choose the model that you use. Basically, the answer is yes, it's better than GPT because it includes GPT as an option alongside other options. So you can actually do this in like a mathematical proof that it's better than GPT purely because it's a superset of GPT and other things. So yeah, definitely better. You can bring your own model if you want to. All right, so we have light and dark mode. I think this is looking perfect. And now I want to actually load a video. Okay, so I need to load a video into Supabase storage. So I want to do this under scripts, actually. So let's bring up a new composer. I'm going to add in my AI context. Let's add a script to Scriptster called save videos to supabase.py. Let's also make it aware of my env variables. Okay. Using Python, install the tools needed to upload a video to Supabase. The Supabase storage environment variables are available to you now. Okay, so we'll accept this. Photo 3 is already included in the requirements file. Good. That's why we like agent mode. It's able to autonomously go check stuff like this. Instead of this, let's have a constant variable at the top of the file, which is a list of video URLs. Before we do that, does Supabase storage expect a distinct video URL and video name, or does it only expect a URL? The answer will determine whether the list is a string list Let me know if you have any questions or if that makes sense. How does Supabase compare to Firebase? I like it more because I like SQL. I just made a project with Firebase Real-Time DB. If you already got it running, keep it. I think it makes setup easier, but if you already did the hard part, I'm not going to encourage you to pivot necessarily. I don't know how you're growing your project. If you want to scale your project to a large, Firebase can scale actually. At some point, if you get really large, at some point it will be worth doing a cost-benefit analysis, and you might save money going to Supabase, or you might not. I think the bigger question is going to be, so at large scale, you can do the cost comparison. At small scale, they're both going to work. At small scale, I think your main trade-off is setup difficulty and schema integrity. So Firebase using a document score is going to have a dynamic schema. You can be careful and work around that, but if you're not careful, you can lose your types, or you can obtain unexpected types. So that's the thing. That's two things to watch out with Firebase. You already solved one of them. So my question to you is, on the second one, is your app already relatively type strong? And if so, I don't think Supabase is necessarily worth it for you. If you're having a pain point of observing the records in their schema and keeping them regularized, that's where SQL is going to benefit you over a dynamic schema. So it's a trade-off in your case, but in general, I do recommend strong schemas by default. So I like to go SQL. It also makes things like data analysis easier when you're working in a team. Analysts love their SQL, don't they? So doing equivalent things on a dynamic schema or a Firebase is like really painful to the analyst, but that may not be painful to you depending on your purposes at a small scale. Hope that made sense. Great question. What is the composer thing that you're using? It's a super powered OP AI agent that can help do a lot of tasks, so that here in the course of 2 hours, I've done multiple days worth of work already compared to a typical enterprise environment. Okay, so it's going for it's allowing them both. So where's my video? It's in downloads. And then here I'll make an input folder. I'm going to bring this file over to input. And we're going to rename it. So actually, I want the validation to fail. I want the validation to fail. Thanks for answering. Very welcome. Nano says, makes sense. My app is super simple schema, but good to know for the future. Awesome. Thanks for being here. So what I want this to do is I want this script to fail. Oh, the script will automatically normalize file names. I don't want that. This is called a scream pattern. Ah, excellent pattern. Fail fast and make the developer explicitly fix. Love it. Make your app screams, team. This allows me to run the script as a test on itself. Okay, so I'm going to Python save. Command not found, that's okay. So let me cd up a level and source.vim. Cannot execute a binary file. Ooh. I forgot the Windows syntax for this. Again, I'm keeping the chat pristine, so I'm going out of the loop there. What's the right syntax? I could have also done Control K. Let me show you that. Here on the command line, I can use Composer on the command line, Control K. And I can say, what's the right syntax? And this is a different thread than the Composer thread, so it'll keep things pristine. Ah, it's the activate one. Yep, that's right. Cool. And so now I can try to run my script again. Oh, and I also said Python. That might have not even been necessary. No module name Bodo3, so I'm going to uv sync uv pip install -r requirements. No module Bodo3. What's that? Still not there? Bodo3 is right here. UV pip list. I got nothing here. UV pip sync. Okay. Oh, you don't do the -R. Boneheaded me. Sorry about that. And now I have everything I want. Okay. No module Boto core. No module Boto core. Okay. So here's requirements dev. Now we got Boto core. No module date util. This is fun. Because there are no versions of date util and you require date util. I think it just wants me to pin a version. So I did pip sync, but I want to pip install. Oh, interesting. So you do the -R for install, but not for sync. It was Python date util. Okay, that's my fault. Let's sync and install. Cannot install on Python version 3. Okay, who cannot install? Failed to download LMV Lite 36. I need to upgrade my version there. Wow, it wants me to downgrade my Python. Okay, let's look in the README. I'd rather not downgrade Python. Do I want to downgrade Python, or is there something else I can do? I guess I need to downgrade my Python. That's okay. So it wants me to use pyenv. I'm going to ask if I can do that without pyenv. Oh no, the chat got super confused. Might need to make a new chat thread. It looks like it's getting confused. Yeah, it's confused. Okay. So let's go to Google. Yeah, see, if a Python version is present, this is how I can do it. This is how I can do it. UV-venv. So here I'm going to make a file. Oh, here's version.py. But I want Python version. Well, what's an example of the Python? Like, okay. Have a great stream. See you, Nano. Pin, okay. Gotta love UV. Gotta love UV. So here I'm deleting this file. Control V, Control. Okay. So here's my Python, and it just includes that. That's all it includes. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to deactivate, which I don't think I can do. Oh, that worked. Okay. I also need to stop my Docker container. This is going to alter the Docker state. So I'm stopping all of my processes. Pin my Python version. Now I want to rmrf.venv. And I want to uvvenv and confirm that it gives me, and you can see CPython 3.10 is coming down. Okay, so that worked. So now that we got this, now I want to activate it, and now I want to install the dev dependencies. And it's still mad. It's still mad. Oh, less than 10. See, I just didn't read it well. That's up to me. That was my fault. What's the latest version of 3.9? 3.9.19. Okay. Unstaged Python version. Change this to 3.9.19. Pin it over here. Update the text. We're in 3.9.19. Great. You can see I'm trying to get the situation working before I commit. That's what I'm trying to do. So here I want to deactivate once again. Blow away the virtual environment. uvvenv, and I'm getting 3.9.19. Okay, looks good. Let's activate it. And now I want to install my dev dependencies. What keyboard you rocking with? This is a Red Dragon. I don't know the specific kind. I wish I could turn my camera and show you, but I got a Red Dragon along with the mouse, white keys, RGB backlit. Okay, so this seemed to install, and if I say which Python, am I using it? Yeah, I'm using it. And if I say the version, we're confirmed we're on the right version. Sounds slick. Thanks, Zach. I enjoy it. So here I went to Python scripts, generate the AI context. That worked fine. And let's Python scripts. What is it? Upload? What did I call it? Save? Save videos to Supabase. Good. Key must be in lowercase. Good. So it complained about that as I expect. So here I will say okay. So we're pushing that, and now I can come over here and change scripts input. Here I'll make a get keep, new file. Dot get keep. We'll keep the script input dir. I'll add it to my get ignore, so that people don't unintentionally like save their videos to version control. Okay, Zach, thank you for the follow. All right, so now let's fix the title name, and hopefully it works. We're probably going to need to iterate on that to get it to work. So here I'm renaming Stephen horizontal video. Okay. And now let's try it. Successfully uploaded. Let's go. Let's open that. And I can't directly read it, which is good. That means it's the protection is working. Okay, and I can check on my other tab off screen here, make sure it uploaded. How do I actually see it? Once I find it, I'll bring it on screen so you can see how I got to it. Okay. Well, everything's easy in retrospect, right? So let's say that I'm over here, I'm on the home tab for my Supabase instance, and then I come down to storage. I was like, where's the stuff? Where's the stuff? Well, it's in the main bucket. There it is. $30 megs. Dig it. Okay. I'm tempted to pause the stream right there. That's a really good pausing point. But I want to be able to load videos. Yeah, I'm going to pause the stream there, chat. Feel free to join and follow. Next time, we will actually load the video here and get to work drawing. So setup takes some time, doesn't it?